Hi, Craig Hill with the News Tribune in Tacoma, Washington. I wanted to ask JR if you could talk a little bit about kind of your move to California when you were younger and kind of the impact maybe Apollo had on motivating you. And also, Apollo, if you could talk a little bit about JR.
Thank you. The main reason actually my transition to ice skating was because I saw Apollo win in the 2002 Olympics. So spurring from that, I moved to California and began my ice career with Wilma Boomstra. And I moved down there when I was 14 years old. I was young and inexperienced. I actually just finished middle school, so I was going into my first year of high school, and my brother moved down with me to kind of support me. So that was pretty interesting for me. I actually wound up doing pretty well those 2 or 3 years I was down there, and had a couple fallings out of speed skating, and lost myself a couple times. But I'm back here now, and I'm happy that I'm able to compete in this Olympics.
Well, I think JR has shown he has really learned so much so quickly from this sport, and it feels good to me to hear that I was able to inspire a lot of these athletes who saw me skate in 2002 and prior. In Seattle, we don't have a very large group of speed skaters coming from that area. There's no real big speed skating club. There's no history of short track speed skating. So to see someone who literally lived like down the street from me for so many years, and I grew up with JR. I remember him when he was at my knees, and I grew up with his brothers. And to see him grow and mature into a very, very, very good short track speed skater has been unbelievable. Now we have 2 boys from the Northwest going to represent.
Hi, this is Tim Lemke with the Washington Times. I'm just curious, Apollo, why do you still do this? I mean, you're very accomplished. You could have rested on your laurels at this point. Why not, hang it up? You're an old man, I guess, at 27.
I'm an old man at 27. Sometimes I feel like that. This is basically my 15th year on heading this team. So I guess I am somewhat of a veteran in this sport. But I think first and foremost is I love what I do. I love the Olympic Games. I love competition. I love training. I love all aspects of what sport brings to somebody's life. The losses, the wins, the struggles. I think it's all a part of who I'm being as a person and who I'm developing, my character. So I'm just happy and blessed to be able to still use this gift that I have for short track speed skating. I still feel like I am one of the best skaters in the world, and on any given day I can vie for hitting that top of the podium. But first and foremost, I just love the sport, and if I can share that love and show other people that anything's possible, I'm going to still be here.
Detroit Free Press. This question is for Apollo or anybody who wants to answer it. If you could just talk about the state of speed skating in the United States. Obviously, there's a conflict. You guys are there. The media summit is here. I don't believe there's any television highlights. There's no streaming on the internet. I'd just like you to address that. Thanks.
I don't mind addressing that, actually. Well, at any level, I don't. Obviously, for short track in the U.S., it's hard to see us race at the frequency that we do internationally or nationally on television. But I'm I'm starting a foundation for kids. It's called Off the Ice, and it's to help instill character values, goal development, and healthy lifestyles in kids using the sport of skating as a tool. And I'm going to try skating into schools and programs around the country. But not only ice skating, but roller skating as well, because I kind of feel like that is the grassroots of our sport. And I think that every one of us up here today originally started, roller skating or inline skating. So if you compare ice skating to other countries like Canada, where they have ice skating more a part of their community, just like baseball, or Korea, where they have it part of their curriculum, it doesn't really compare. But in regards to what sport does and the Olympics does for our country as a whole and youth is a totally different issue. So hopefully kids like JR did and other athletes like myself will watch the Olympics and will watch every one of us race and, maybe participate in sports at some level, whether it's to help them become an Olympic athlete or to instill some other dream of some kind. Anybody else want to comment? Maybe next time, we can have the trials in like Vegas. That might be nice.
Hi, Ron Judd with the Seattle Times. I have a question for Apolo. This is your fourth trials. Could you talk a little bit about how your approach to the trials has changed? Is it a lot more difficult just to make the U.S. team than it was 4 trials ago? And for JR, you've had a couple of really good first couple days. You're probably not accustomed to be sort of in the leadership position of the pack, and how does that feel for you?
This is my 4th trials, and I think I agree with you that it is much, much harder to make the team than ever before. Everyone is skating so well and so fast that it's, you can't make any mistakes. And you make a mistake, and that can cost you the difference between 1st and 4th, or even not even making the final. But I think it also shows just the growth of U.S. speed skating as a whole. I think that's a tribute to our incredible coaching staff and also to, obviously the athletes, learning from each other and pushing each other. We have a very, very young group of athletes. We have some veterans, like myself and Allison, who've been and seen a lot of the history of the sport and how it's evolved. But it's an amazing feeling to be here and to be a part of the changes and also still be racing well.
Yeah, hey Ron, how's it going? This is, like I said, my first Olympic trials. I'm very happy to be here, and basically this is my third trials where I've really kind of came into my own and been able to perform with the top guys. So I'm just happy to be here and happy to be skating so well, and I feel great. But it's I really haven't done this well before going into a trials, so I feel comfortable and I'm excited to see what happens this next couple of days, and hopefully we're all racing well by then too. We have an off day today, so we're all kind of relaxing, and it's been a fun trial so far, so hopefully the rest will be just as fun.
Yes.
Hi, this is Tom Burke from OlympicProportions.net, a fan-based website. This is for Kimberly or Katherine. Can you describe what decision-making is used in coming up with the team relay and the composition of the team, as well as the strategies that you'll be using in Vancouver?
Well, for the relay, it's all the coaches that choose. We have a little bit of say, but for the most part, the coaches are the ones that decide the relay team. For strategy for the other races, it really depends. Right now, nobody's guaranteed an individual spot in any race, so it really depends on the rest of the trials and how well we do through that.
Yeah, like Kimberly said, we don't really have much say over who gets to race what position, but I think a lot of it has to do with chemistry. and which is why, like Apolo said, we're looking for the strongest overall team that can really hold out all the way through February, because the relay is such a strong part, especially on the ladies' side, and even the men's side. I feel like we have a really good shot at the podium, and hopefully not third either. So the stronger we are together as a team, the better we work together. I think that can only help us, and so far this trials is showing a very strong team.
Did you have a question? Yes.